Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to explain a little bit about this something called AutoHotkey, but in fact is actually AutoHotStrings. But first let me show you what AutoHotkey does, and then we're going to focus on AutoHotString. Right, this is the website. You can Google this keyword AutoHotkey, and I'll show you the second tab. So what I set up with the AutoHotkey is resizing this thing window, so that it automatically fits into the capture region I set up with the OBS with this recording session. So that was a right click and W, I think. So you can use this auto hotkey to Windows system know when I do hold right click and the W and take this active window and size it perfectly to what I want. So it is very convenient when I'm in recording session. So here it is. Just automatically fit this thing. That's what AutoHotkey does. Another thing I'd like to show you is magnifier. When you're presenting, magnifying glass is useful. I think it was see, so it's right click and Z was magnifying activated. As you can see, is activated. When you're presenting something, then you want to magnify it into that. You just do this quickly, and that's what it shows. I might use that a couple of times when I show this text part. And right-click X, and it's going to turn that off. That's, exemplary use of this AutoHotkey. Again, we're going to focus on AutoHotStrings today. So you go ahead and download AutoHotkey installer here. Download it there. So that I'm not going to show, it's obvious. Second thing is the editor. I don't think it has editor recommended, but I looked around and this is the best one. So I am doing this magnifier once again. See how convenient this one is. There's a site, SCITE4 AutoHotkey, all in one word. You type in and you'll get to this page. Don't fool by other sites. Go directly this one. So let me show you the website right here, fincs.ahk4.net, site for AHK. I don't know how permanent this website is going to be, but this most less distracting web page, and you can download the installer in here. Okay, so that you install these two things, and then you go down to this window menu down there. I bet you can see that. And if you scroll all the way down, I think you can find, let me go to that. Oh, here it is. There is this site for AutoHotkeys installed, and you're going to run this script editor. Then you're going to see the following. So I'll turn that off. Here it is. It's just like another text editor. I already had several things turned up, but if you open a new one, this is going to be untitled document here. So it's just like a text editor. You're going to, command something, and then if you run this one, the button is over here, and if you run that, and it's going to register your AutoHotString, so you can use that later on. So that's what I'm about to show. This is how it works. So go to this script editor. Let's go ahead and save it first. We're going to save this script with the extension name AHK AutoHotkey with this Georgia Southern University. That's, so I save that. So this is what you're going to do. You start with this 2 colon, and let me see if I can magnify it. 2 colon there. And we're going to write, let's say, AA. It's already AutoHotkey. I apologize. Let me do something else like AS. And then, so that's going to, once this is run, if you type AS, and then it's going to, generate whatever the string you associated to it in here. So here's my favorite one. So I'm gonna type that up and I'll show you later. Right, I'm back. So the first line is a colon AS. This is the key name you are assigning is colon, and this is going to be generated without any space. My social security number is 912-344-2889. And hit enter, and I generate another one, colon, BB, colon. Do you believe it? So those are the two things. So after I run it, and if I type AS, it's going to generate this entire string. If I type BB, it's going to generate entire string. So when you're grading students' work and you have to just go back and forth and several different types of comments for several students, it turns out to be very useful. I've used it. It's an awesome feature. So you have like 5 different things all lumped together. You generate it, you delete it, certain part, and then you can kind of tailor those standardized comments into students' individual situation and things like that. So that's ready. All you have to do is go ahead and run the script F5 in here. This is a little arrow key, and then down here is that is run it. So I'm gonna bring it over here and delete all that. And this is just any area in the website or in Google Doc or Microsoft, whatever, and you type that key, and then it's going to generate. So here's AS, I typed it in here. So if you do like a space command or whatever the next thing, even arrow, ever doesn't work. So if I do that, okay, it didn't work. Let me go ahead and fix it. Or I'm back, and I just ran it again. It did work, so I don't know what happened. So here it is, AS, you type it in there, you enter space key, and then it generates my social security number. It's 912344289. And then you go to the next line. If you do this BB, and then you do that, it generates. Do you believe it? So rather than going back and forth and copy and paste and using Control C and Control B, hot strings are set up so they can easily access it. So, so that's that. One more thing I'd like to mention in this video is the following: the difference between this colon, 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 colon versus colon star, colon, and your hot string keyword and colon, colon. If you do that, it's going to generate this key immediately as soon as you're finishing typing the second letter. And before you actually do anything, it automatically generates it. So let me show you the thing. If you run it, hold it. It always asks you to, this little verification process. And after this, I'm going to show you how to get rid of that. So you don't have to click on this one every time you do that. So here, do you believe it part? So I typed in B, and if you type the B one more time, it automatically does that. And AS, it didn't do that, but if you hit space key, it generates that. So here's the previous code. I use it a lot. So this is actual thing in there that I use for my pre-calculus course. I hope I didn't mess up anything. That was a key, and I have no idea what this really means. But if you type that in, single instance, comma, force, show that, sharp, and single instance, comma, force with S and I in capital and F in capital. And once you do that, if you make a little, correction, if you run it again, and then it's not going to ask that question, it ran it already. So let me go and see if the BB is now going to generate that with a 3 question mark and all that. So that's it. And you can see, if you declare this hot string, is going to be very, very useful for many things. So these are called hot strings, but hotkeys are more than just typing in things. Placing your mouse in this location and do this key combination and all that can be summarized into one single key. So that's a hotkey. That's more complicated, but this is already a good start for you guys who are interested. And there are many, many good videos out there to learn about hotkeys. So introducing this particular editor, I find it very easy to use, and hotstring is the take I'm going to do for this short video. Thank you for watching.